If you like what you hear on our podcast today, be sure and let us know about it.
Like, comment, share on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. We really appreciate it if you do that for us.
Last week, we talked about our trip to Devil's Elbow, which is actually a town. It's actually the name of the town, or at least that area in central Missouri that we went to. And we did catch a couple things there. We'll let you, kind of determine what you think on those. We're going to put them up on the website at MissouriGhostHunters.com. Should we talk about the name thing? Our name
We changed our name?
Because there was some confusion. Because there is a guy, and he's on Nuke's Top 5 a lot, Dustin. He is on there a bunch. Mm-hmm. His name is Ian, and I like his videos. That was a big part of this too. But he goes by Midwest Ghost Hunter.
He goes by himself.
He's by himself. It's singular. Midwest Ghost Hunter. He's had that name and that YouTube handle for a long time. And there was some confusion. We were getting emails, for him, because I would always know, because it would be like, hey, Ian, and then when it would go on. So I even put a blurb on the old website that said, if you're looking for Ian with Midwest Ghost Hunter, click here, and I put a link to his YouTube page. That got to the point where it was so confusing. It was getting to the point where we weren't even able, it was going to be impossible for us to have a significant YouTube presence with video. Sending people to Midwest Ghost Hunters, YouTube, whenever our fucking YouTube name has to be something like Midwest Ghost Hunters 417 Missouri. So to get something a little more uniform, we switched it to Missouri Ghost Hunters, which is still accurate. It's still what we do. But that way we can have our own standalone service marked logo and website, MissouriGhostHunters.com. We can have the Gmail, MissouriGhostHunters@gmail.com. We can have the YouTube, which is Missouri Ghost Hunters. It's easy. It's,
our big deal is we don't want any confusion with anybody else. What we do is what we do.
This guy, Ian, this is his living. The YouTube channel is how he makes a living. Hopefully for us, it would get to the point where we could do that too, but we can't do that when there's this crossover happening. So we tried to separate ourselves out from that a little bit so we can make our stuff a little more standalone. So that's why we now have the new website, MissouriGhostHunters.com. The new email is MissouriGhostHunters@gmail.com. And everything we have is going to have that tag. Some people are listening because David, that we had on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, the guy in West Virginia who had worked in skilled nursing facilities and knew the mountain monsters and all that. He's already used our new email. He's emailed us on it because I did remember to send him the picture of our Hat Man. Remember we were talking to him and he was talking about the Hat Man, and I sent the picture that we have. I shouldn't say our picture. I sent him the picture that we have, and he's like, that looks exactly like what I caught, except mine was darker. That's all the new stuff to remember. Mainly for, important for you to remember is the email, MissouriGhostHunters@gmail.com. Feel free to use that for anything.
Everybody always talks that Route 66 is super, super haunted, that I didn't think that it was any more haunted or any less haunted than any place else.
I've learned more about Route 66 in the past year than I ever knew, or ever honestly really wanted to know. I've never been a person who really cares about Route 66. One of the things you told us, they just mainly used existing road.
That's the situation that goes on. People think that, it's like when the interstate was put in, they came in and they actually created it. That's why the interstate is, for the most part, straight everywhere it goes. The highway was actually manufactured and built. Some parts of Route 66 were constructed, but a lot of it was just, here's where the road goes, and we need to get from point A to point B, so we're just going to declare that to be Route 66. And that's why it winds through little towns and stuff that you wouldn't have done if you were building a highway.
You guys ever seen the movie Cars?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Radiator Springs?
That's what it's about.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, it's about them redirecting, a main, I don't think do they call it Route 66 in the movie?
No, I don't think so, but that's what it is.
That's what it is, for sure, yeah, because they go around it with an interstate or something and the town dies, and that's
exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. A lot of these towns that have nothing in them, this is part of the reason where Mothman and all that other stuff really fans itself up, is if there's anything they can do to generate some tourism dollars, to get some activity in the town, they're going to do it.
Are there
some other places in Missouri that you would still like to go that we haven't gone and done investigations that just jump out at the top of your head?
In Missouri?
Yeah, here in Missouri.
Well, yeah, there's a few. We actually know a guy who used to practice his bass guitar at a place in St. Louis, and the guy who owned that place where Nick did that also has access to the owners of Limp Mansion.
I was going to ask about Limp Mansion because there was someone that we knew at one point in time, and she had always talked about that you couldn't even go in Limp Mansion because it was so haunted, that it was unbelievable, and evil spirits and all this other stuff. And I remember this because I remember watching Tyler whenever this person would tell the story, and Tyler's face was he looked like Tyler, when he was responding to that. And I'd heard that this place was like the most haunted.
People say that about Pythian Castle, and here we fucking sit.
Right, every week. Every week we're in there.
So that would not scare me off. Not for that place. There are places, where it's so ridiculous, it would be, tricky to get in. But Limp Mansion is, I would equate Limp Mansion similar to Pythian Castle. I've never been in Limp Mansion, but I've seen a lot of videos. I've heard a lot of EVPs out of there, and it seems very similar. But it is a haunted location in St. Louis. As far as, if we're limiting it to Missouri, that is a place that I would like to go.
See, I've been to the Missouri State Pen, and I will tell you that place is haunted.
Yeah, I missed that one somehow.
That place is super, super haunted. I'd still like to get a deal going where we can get a podcast out of there.
Yeah, let's ask them if we can do that.
I have, and they said that they would, but then they were doing construction there, and then I just need to circle back.
Yeah, if we could go up there and do a podcast / investigation at the Missouri State Pen, that would be fucking amazing. I don't know how I skipped that one. I was thinking.
I've been on the ghost tours. I've done the history tour at the Missouri State Pen, and I will tell you, we were on the ghost tour down there, and we're in one of the cell blocks, and they talked about, you will see shadow figures, blah blah blah. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, yeah, right. So I'm sitting down there on the lower level. I'm looking up on the top level, which is the cells. I see a shadow figure come out of the top cell and then go back in there. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I'm going to go up the stairs and see what's going on up there. I go up there and there's nobody up there. I'm the only person on the
So I
third
actually,
level.
maybe the reason I mentally skipped it is because I actually went there. It was on a Sunday afternoon. The place wasn't even open. They were under like some construction.
Yes. Yeah.
But I went around back. I was in that area and I thought, fuck, the Missouri State Pen's right here. I'm going to go over there and at least, take some pictures from the outside, which I did. And as I went around back, I saw a little trailer sitting there with a security guard in it. So I walked up the steps and knocked on the door, and I said, hey, you're not open today. Is that right? He's like, no. And I kind of told him what, we do. He's like, oh, you just missed last weekend. This boy and his sister were here. It was the Project Fear guys and girl. They had been there. He's a documentary filmmaker. She's a eye doctor. And then they got a couple of friends they grew up with who go with them. And they tried to go to these scary places, and they're not investigators necessarily. They do video and audio, but if they get scared, they run the fuck out. So they're not known necessarily for their bravery or anything. They're just there to document and see if they can be scared enough to get the fuck out of there. Anyway, they had just been there the weekend before because he said, you just missed this boy and his sister. They were here filming a TV show. But anyway, the security guard said, we are closed. He's like, but I'll go ahead and take you, where I can take you. So we went over to the gas chamber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been there several times.
There's like a baseball field right by it.
Yeah. What happened was the cons used to have baseball games that they would have, and the entire community would come out, and that the convicts that were there would police it themselves, because if any trouble happened, they couldn't have their baseball games anymore, and they loved to play baseball. So they said that really one of the safest places you could be in Jefferson City was at the convict baseball game, because the convicts wanted to have that baseball game, and nothing was going to happen at that game.
Well, they had their own. At one point, there was like a league
where
different prisons would face against each other.
Okay, now you having said that answers the question. Remember on the movie Major League, Ricky Vaughn? Whenever they ask him when he goes to the Cleveland Indians farm or to the spring training, they asked him what team he's played for before, and his answer was California Penal.
Yeah, I
always wonder. It's like, what does that mean? That's jail.
They had them since like the 1900s. It was incentive. Like if you had good behavior, you could play on a baseball team.
Right.
I would watch that.
I would go play.
I was going to say, has there been a movie about prison baseball? That sounds like a cool movie.
No.
I don't know.
Major League is as close as it
But
gets.
I mean, free food.
That would be good, though.
Free food, free lodging, get to play baseball the rest of your life.
Sound pretty good.
Better than a mortgage, man.
Free health care. Mm-hmm. He let me go into the gas chamber. I took some pictures while I was in there, and he said, we really can't go past here. It's a hard hat area, whatever. I didn't want to anyway. He said, you can take all the... He's like, I'm going to go back to my trailer. He's like, you just go up to the fence. He's like, just don't go past the fence. Just do whatever you need to out here. Take as long as you need. I thought that was pretty cool of him. He was an older, an old dude. He'd been there 30, 40 years.
It's a very cool group of people that run it now, because it's a deal where this private organization came in, and all of the money they make from the ghost tours, all the money they make from the regular tours, they use to restore it from a historical standpoint. So it's a kind of a governing body that they are maintaining and operating it. I don't know if the state still technically owns it or if they have sold it to this group of people, to this historical group that take care of it.
I don't know, but if we can get in touch with them again and kind of jar them a little,
I can do that. I had that set up, and then the construction happened.
So there's another place that I was looking up because someone emailed us a long time ago, and I couldn't remember what it was, and I did some Googling here while we were sitting here, and I found it. It's a place in Wildwood, Missouri. You ever heard of Wildwood?
No.
I didn't either until I just Googled it. I may have to have Hunter Google this while I have this pulled up.
I'm pretty sure that's a Mario Kart track.
Wildwood or Zombie Road?
Either thing too.
It's not Rainbow Road, huh?
Zombie Road.
Zombie Road is what they call it in Wildwood. It's a 2-mile wooded trail along the Merrimack River bluffs, and it's supposed to be haunted with Native American spirits, shaman, that kind of stuff. It's supposed to be like a hardcore, weird ass, like a tiny little version of Skinwalker Ranch. That's another one that I've heard of. I don't know much about, but I do like the sound. Unfortunately, it would be another outside one. I thought our outside trip to Devil's Elbow was pretty fucking fun.
Looks like it's right outside St. Louis to the west.
Oh, is it that far? I didn't think it was. Okay. Well, there's that one, and then there's also, here in town, the Walnut Street Inn. The Walnut Street Inn.
Yeah,
right up the road. Right up the road.
We do need to do that.
Would be awesome.
Because for Springfieldians, that's like one of the big ones.
Yes, it is. Walnut Street Inn is a big one, and another one is University Plaza.
I've never heard that story. The UP?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the University Plaza. And I remember back when we used to play music, for proms and weddings and shit. We were there one time, and the old man, now we weren't doing this ghost thing at that point because we were teenagers, but the old man was telling us about the ghost there. Do you not remember? I remember it vaguely. So the University Plaza Hotel has long been known to be haunted by a ghost known as the Colonel. This spirit is most active between midnight and 4 a.m. With sightings concentrated around the property's ballroom, which is, I think, that area where they do events. If what he said was correct, because he said you'll see the Colonel, walking through here, when we're cleaning up during the overnight. But anyway, the University Plaza is, you can Google it. It's on the list of haunted locations.
This would be the main ballroom area that's connected to the hotel, not the adjacent one that where they moved a lot of the proms to as they grew, right?
That's what I think. I don't know, but that's what at least I'm picturing.
Well, how old is this hotel? I didn't think it was that old a place, but maybe it is.
I don't know. Maybe it'll pop up here as I look, but I was just looking through most haunted sites in Springfield, Missouri. University Plaza is right below Pythian Castle, so I don't know. I don't know how they rank those.
What's the story? Is just this colonel just roams the halls? That's the claim?
Well, that's the claim, but why is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm going to pull this up and read it. Oh, no, I can't read that. That's I hate it when I click on shit and it takes me to a video. I am never going to watch a video that's on a fucking news story.
Have you had a bunch of the paranormal things where it says, look at the left? You're going to see, you're not going to believe what the ghostly video that's on the left of this. I never see what's on the left of this thing in these videos. I think that's clickbait.
Well, those are. Are you talking about on social media?
Yes.
Those are fucking garbage. It's clickbait. The longer you watch it, the more money they make. So if you watch it again and again and again, they rack up the dollar signs. But I will say this, and I hate to bring this up every time because you recommended Nuke's Top 5 for so long and I never watched it. Now that's all I fucking watch. He will show a video.
That happens a lot.
And he'll say, did you catch that? And I'll be like, what? And then he backs it up and plays it again. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, you need to just start, like when I recommend something,
listen.
Don't wait 6 months and just fucking watch the thing. Like I've been trying to get you to watch Widow's Bay for...
That's coming in 2027. I'll be watching that.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I haven't seen The Witch yet.
Oh.
I haven't either.
Let me tell you.
I just
rewatched it.
I just did too.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it either.
When you sent me that picture, I was like, oh, okay. I'm going to watch. It's been a few months. I fucking love that movie.
It is so good. It's like a period piece.
It is. It's a colonial period piece, really. Like, if you like that setting and that stuff, like, which I do.
Now, let me ask you this, because I'm a little confused every time I watch it.
No spoilers.
It's not a spoiler, but at some point, our listeners might want to know this, and I wonder this every time I watch it. At some point, does an infant get their wiener cut off
No, dude, the infant, that's spoiled. Like, that's the first, like, 3 minutes of the movie.
Correct.
But it's nothing about his wiener.
Why does it show it?
It's just showing a naked baby.
No, it doesn't. It
Yes, it
zooms
does.
in on that area.
No, she's running her hand. We need to watch the movie.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is this movie about?
It's The Witch.
Are you sure this isn't Epstein? I mean, because this has sounded pretty bad here.
But then the next thing, in the next scene you see, there's like blood everywhere. Anyway, we don't have to.
Look, the Witch
is there such thing as a spoiler that's for a movie this old?
Well, it's not that old.
Well, it's years old.
But the Witch is so good because in the first 3 minutes of the movie, you're introduced to this thing and you're like, is it really a witch? Is it a witch? And then you find out, in 3 minutes of the first 3 minutes of the movie, it's a witch.
Yes.
And it's doing some fucking terrible things.
It's
in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
It's a witch in the woods, which is the scariest fucking thing to me ever.
That sounds
it's
familiar.
about this Puritan family during colonial times who gets in an argument with the church and moves off and lives in a secluded area by themselves, fends for themselves, and shit just goes very bad.
So the other night, I was sitting looking around for shit to watch.
I watched that just yesterday.
Well, and I sent you guys a picture. I was like, look what I'm getting ready to watch. And it's The Witch. And if you're looking it up, The Witch is spelled with 2 V's. It's
not if you're like... If you're like on Amazon or if you're on Netflix and you type in WITC, you will get it.
But it's quicker if you type in the VV. It brings it up by itself.
Oh, I always just... The Witch. I always thought that the VV thing was just like a stylistic title choice, but
yep.
We recently had a viewing party in my basement, all of us here, to watch Obsession.
Yes, we did.
And which is great. I would argue The Witch is my favorite horror movie of all time, and it might be my favorite movie of all time.
It's hard to compare those two. They're so different. The Witch uses...
You either love it or you hate it. The people online about The Witch, you either love it or you hate it.
Why would you hate it?
Well, because it's not
everyone's... It's not a horror
It's not
movie?
everyone's type of horror.
So it's people who like Art the fucking Clown?
It's people who like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah,
it's not a slasher.
That type of movie is... some people don't like having to listen to English that's not modern either.
It is very accurate with their speech. It is how they talked in colonial times.
And a lot of people around here would say, oh, that's foreign. And they don't want to have to read subtitles. Yeah, I can understand every word and infer meaning.
Yeah, you can infer meaning from everything.
So the director of
I never had problems with that part.
It's English. It's just old English.
The director of that movie took a lot of the dialogue and a lot of the lines from that movie from real witch cases in colonial times that have been documented in newspapers and obituaries and diaries. So a lot of the lines of dialogue in that movie were written down in an obituary, newspaper, or a diary from the colonial times.
I'm saying, if you finish 9th grade, you should be okay without subtitles.
I like subtitles just because it helps me not... I don't have to turn the volume up to full blast to hear it, but I always keep subtitles on.
And that old English, man, when you actually listen to it, it's beautiful. I love listening to it.
Well, here's what I like about the movie is not only the...
You don't like it?
No.
I think it's a better way of speaking than what we do now.
I didn't have any problem. I heard that. I didn't have any problem with the language. I never even really thought about it because it's obviously a period piece. But what I think is cool is the filter, the tint, the color that they use through the whole movie.
Dreary, cold.
It's a cold blue filter. They use it from beginning to end.
It makes it really feel like fall, winter.
Yes, and if they had shot that in full color, I think it would have felt entirely different.
It would have been like a Midsummer. You ever seen Midsummer?
No.
That's another one you should probably watch.
2028. God. I got to stagger this shit.
I've heard a lot of good things about Midsummer.
It's really
I haven't
good,
seen
man.
it though.
It's really good.
Honestly, I have too.
I love those atmospheric horrors, man. Like The Witch, nothing like jumps out and scares you. It's just like, wow, that is creepy.
Every year around, well, a lot of people, especially a lot of the people in our orbit, like the people who follow this podcast, a lot of people after 4th of July ends say, fuck it, it's Halloween. From now till Halloween, they consider that spooky season. So really, from now till Halloween, we start getting a lot of emails of people wanting our movie suggestions. And the first one I always suggest is The Witch. I can't remember the other ones that I suggest, but if you got any others that are off the top, what is the other one? Midsummer?
Midsummer.
Okay. If you got any
and
others
it's not spelled mids, it's MIDSOMMAR.
I actually like Johnny Depp's Sleepy Hollow.
I do too. I love the Sleepy Hollow story. I like the cartoon. I like the fucking cartoon. I watch it every October too. But if you've got any to recommend, go ahead and recommend them because people ask us every year.
I think Obsession is probably going to become a yearly October viewing for me.
Yes.
Kind of like how
Yeah, it will
The
be.
Witch is for me.
That is probably my favorite movie that's come out this decade.
A couple of
it was so good.
A couple of
Obsession?
older,
Yes.
Yeah.
a couple
I
of
agree.
older movies I would put into that is Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think
that's
that was an excellent one, and I actually thought Interview with a Vampire was a very good movie too.
Have you seen Guillermo del Toro's new Frankenstein movie?
No, I'm familiar with it, but I've seen clips and shit.
I haven't seen it either. I want to though.
I hate slashers. I'll watch Friday the 13th. It does nothing. It's not even scary.
Yeah, but you like. I
love
thought you
Halloween.
liked like Jason and.
That's what I'm getting. No.
He
Hang
likes
on.
Halloween. It's very different.
That's what I was getting ready to say is I like horror movie. I hate Art the Clown. That Terrifier shit. I hate that stuff. It's not scary. It's stupid.
You mean when it leans more into like a supernatural being a killer?
it's
or-
just
It gets
this
so
cartoony-
ridiculous. I mean, even
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. Take a look, or not Friday. Nightmare on Elm Street. The very first one of those was pretty good. Pretty scary
And
movie.
if you look that movie up, it says on the 1984 original, when you look it up on the genre, it says horror/comedy.
yes.
Yeah.
And it finally got so far over when he appeared on a pizza. I mean,
He was everywhere. But I like, and I know a lot of people would put Michael Myers into the group of slashers, which I guess he technically
he
is.
became that.
But I like the Halloween movies because of the setting that they take place of. They actually take place at Halloween, and that's what I like about those in particular. I love the Halloween movies that take place I love the horror movies that take place in the fall or at Halloween with the fucking jack-o'-lanterns and all that shit. And when I talk about the Halloween movies, you have to remove Halloween Ends and H2O. Those are shit. Ends is the one where they put him through a fucking...
Which is the one where he
they
goes.
put him through
wait.
a wood chipper.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wait, what?
And then he comes
Yeah.
back and he reassembles himself.
No, that's just the end. Halloween ended.
Is that not the latest one?
That's the new... Halloween Ends is the latest one, and it's fucking...
Which one does he go to space?
No, he doesn't go to space.
Jason.
That's Jason.
You're thinking of
Okay.
Jason.
See, I just don't like any of those. Like I lump them all together.
I
in my
think
brain.
they're fun. I don't think they're
They
scary. but
all
they
get
can be
lumped
fun.
together. I do know what you're saying about the Halloween aesthetic.
The very first Halloween, I think, was
Yeah.
because it was well done, and you've got a psychopath, and he's killing everybody. Then it goes to Halloween 2, which is you're starting to kind
Isn't it
of
just like-
push it a little bit.
I thought
and
Halloween 2 was good.
It was good. It was good, but
It's kind of Lori in a bed for 90 minutes.
yes,
well,
it
I
is.
mean,
hospital bed.
Well, yeah, and she's he's killed everybody in this hospital, and she's trying to escape. I mean, it's a scary
fine.
setting.
Now,
you know?
if you'll watch Rob Zombies, and I know a lot of people shit on those, I like them.
Tyler knows this movie, The Lighthouse.
Oh yeah,
I've
you guys
heard
have
of
recommended
that.
that.
The lighthouse.
Is that
Dude,
the one
that's
that's
awesome. That's like an eldritch horror.
Is that the
like-
one that's in black and white?
Yes.
Yeah, that
okay.
is a period piece.
Is that the dude from Twilight?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he's extremely good.
No, he's a really good actor.
Oh no, I'm not shitting on him at all. I think he's good.
And it has Willem Dafoe in it, who by himself is just the best ever.
him. I love him.
But those two together in that movie,
That's one of his best movies.
it is.
Willem
I
Dafoe's.
think. Yeah, it has like supernatural and
love-
horror stuff in it.
I
Like,
love the ghost hunter stuff in the lighthouses. I always have. So I've definitely.
this
want to see-
definitely plays into. I can't wait for you to watch that.
I don't watch that many movies by myself.
I do.
I
do.
usually wait until other people want to watch.
Oh, it's on
something.
HBO Max. Perfect. It's on Hulu. I'll go ahead and run through them here for people.
Lighthouse?
And what's the name? Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse. It's on HBO Max. It's on the Hulu with the subscription.
I don't know, man. Like The Lighthouse versus The Witch, like watching them back to back would be something really fun.
See, I've never seen either one, so would that
haven't-
make
oh my
watching
God.
them back
You
to
haven't
back
seen The
more
Witch?
interesting? No, I haven't.
Bro,
We need to.
We
And
have
you
to.
need to come.
Yeah.
we have to. We
Where
have to
Where
have.
can I see this witch movie?
Well, we're gonna go to Dustin's house and watch
Well,
it.
I know, but
It's on
watch it.
Netflix right now.
Okay, all
you
right.
could watch it tonight, but don't.
The Witch?
I want to watch you see that for the first time.
Yeah, it's really good.
If it's up your alley, maybe it's not.
Yeah, it will be. It's creepy as
See,
fuck.
that's the thing that I don't understand is that's what I was going to say a minute ago. Is that I don't understand not liking that movie.
Well,
I can't put my head around that.
Because
Like,
a lot of people go to a horror movie to see the buckets of blood.
there are, but yeah, yes,
Jump
buckets of
scares,
blood and jump
gore.
scares, and this has
Yeah.
none of those.
It's got a couple actually, but that's not what
The
drives
Witch?
it.
I don't think it's intentional.
Yeah, it does have a couple.
I'd be interested to know what you're talking about. But I don't want to give spoilers.
That's
away.
not a spoiler. The one where the shack explodes,
Yeah, that's actually the one I was thinking
the
of.
goat house. structurally
So
fails.
there's a couple of those, but
I guess.
that is not what drives the movie
No,
at all.
not even
So
close.
if you like slashers, they're easy to find. I mean, hell, that's what we grew up watching.
Yes.
I mean,
grew
there
up
are
on
so
all
many
those.
like theories of people dissecting The Witch and trying to make sense of it and like putting spins on it and just how it kind of deconstructs religion and Christianity and like it's so good, man. It's so fucking good. It's
creepy.
If you like to go to movies and not just like be jump scared, and you like to actually sit and like think about things. It's the best.
And I'm not one of these hoity-toity people who are like, well, the acting was a little off. You know, I use it, but the acting in The Witch is fantastic.
Oh man,
It's kind of like Obsession.
Anna Taylor-Joy. She's the lead actress.
Yeah.
She is so freaking good in that.
Yeah, she's very good. Hulu and even Netflix, like Hulu will set aside a whole, like in September, they'll do this. It's called Huluween. And you click on the Huluween button and it'll take you to all these movies they've selected for Halloween. And it's always this stuff I don't understand. Jaws, Harry Potter.
Jaws is a summer movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I like the one. That's why I watch the.
Jaws is a summer movie and Harry Potter is a winter movie.
Have you ever seen the movie Monster House? It's
Yes.
animated. I watch that every fucking October because
I like
it
that
takes
movie.
place on fucking Halloween.
That was one of those movies that was like, if I was sick and home from school, Cartoon Network would play that and I would watch it and be like, that's
Many
a good
times
movie.
when I'm working on the computer, I will just put Monster House on in the background. But anyway, my point is, I'm a little hung up on the seasonal aspect for some
Yeah.
reason, and I can't shake it. I can't watch.
I'm guessing that's why you like Trick or Treat.
I love Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
I do. It's bizarre. Have you seen it?
I haven't fully watched it, no.
Trick or Treat, about 45 minutes in. I was watching it with Andrew one time. It was during COVID, and he only went to school like 2 days a week because they did the rest of it from home. And he was home. And in my work, there was only like 2 patients to see, so I was home too. And we would get, I would get home like at noon, and we would pull up one of these horror movies, usually one me and John had already seen, except for Trick or Treat. I don't think we ever did. But anyway, we watched Trick or Treat, and about 45 minutes in, it completely changes into something totally. Because I remember Andrew saying, Did you hit a button on the remote? I was like, I don't think so, but I was like, I don't know what happened. I start fast forwarding. I was like, wait a minute, this is the same fucking movie. And you have to back it up and watch. It's weird. Trick or Treat is weird. It's not the kind I would usually like, but you're correct. I like it because of its seasonal connection. A lot of people will start asking us for our recommendations, and I thought if you guys had any, you guys know a lot of these movies that I don't.
Are you talking to us or are you talking to the audience?
You and Ty. You and Ty know, like The Lighthouse. I forgot about it. That's a good one.
You have seen it?
No. I'm saying that's a good one to add to this list.
Yeah, you should watch that tonight.
I will watch it tonight. I found it on HBO Max.
Can we talk about Obsession without
Yeah.
Can we give a spoiler warning and
wanna do
say?
it?
If
Good
you haven't
movie
seen,
review?
if you haven't seen Obsession by now,
Well, I know
You're not
but There are
interested.
some people that might not.
I have
well,
many thoughts
you can
on
give
that
a
movie.
spoiler alert warning.
Yeah, well, if you haven't seen Obsession, just because after this, we're probably done with this podcast, right? So
Yep.
if you haven't seen Obsession, we'll see you later.
I can talk
Pack
about
it up.
Obsession because I've seen it actually. We saw it in the theater.
1, 2,
And then we saw it at your
three.
house. And
I've seen it 3 times.
I was going to say I've watched it a third time by myself.
Very good movie.
Yeah, I was interested in hearing what you thought about it.
I thought it was a very good movie. Very well done. I thought that they had enough of the supernatural in there that they needed to bring it in, but not so much that it was cartoonish. I thought the acting was incredible in it. I thought that it really is. It's a fantastic movie. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's very, very good. If I would have been that guy, I would have gotten the hell out of there multiple times. I think that he passed on multiple chances to get out of there, including his ultimate get out of jail card when she killed that gal. You know,
Yeah, he
that
helped her hide the body.
Don't help her hide the body. You call the cops and say, "Look, this is a crazy person.
Here's
what she's
here's
done."
what's funny about that scene where he hides the body. He helps her take the body of Sarah. Is when we saw it in the theater. I was sitting here, and then my daughter Elizabeth was here, and I think you were next to her, right?
Yeah.
I think it was you at that point say, "Jesus, he's helping her," and that's exactly what he said when we were in your basement.
Yeah, and it's like, look, this is your chance. Get out of there. Lose this gal. Number one, you should have went with the other gal to begin with. This whole obsession thing you had is stupid and your own fault for causing that. So, but he number one, when he's dropping her off at the house, she's throwing out all these warning signs. I would have stepped on the gas and got the hell out of there, and I would be very clear about that to begin with.
He was a little,
She's very clearly
he was
not into him.
infatuated.
Right. You know, I would have picked up on the warning signs, got out of there. Number two, the other gal was better for him. She liked him. He's an idiot for not going down that road. Number three, when this lady comes in here, you don't sit out front of your house when you got a crazy person in your house to meet another girl when the girl is obsessed with you. You don't do that. And then when the crazy girl kills the normal girl, you don't then help the crazy girl hide the body. You call the cops and say the crazy girl has gone off the deep end, and that takes care of this.
That would have been the end.
I mean, it's a very well done movie. I understand why they did all of the stuff in there, but there's different points in that movie where I would have jumped and done a completely different way.
There's a whole following of people online that are sympathetic to Bear, the main character.
No.
It's
about his obsession with her.
Yes. He's a piece of shit. He's an evil person.
But who the fuck would think that would work?
Yeah,
Right.
to be fair.
At that point, he's still innocent. Who would think that would work? I
Correct.
agree.
Well,
But after the phone call, especially, like at that point, he's irredeemable.
You
Can
mean
I alter my wish?
Because
I want to cancel it.
You're talking about where he can hear her?
He hears her like captive, Nikki.
Yeah.
Screaming.
The guy's like, you want to talk to her?
Yeah.
We don't really
and,
do that.
And the thing is, I can understand it. I can understand it, from the standpoint of anybody who's ever had an obsession with somebody. And that when I use the word obsession, I'm not talking about this movie, but who's really been into somebody who are like, oh man, I really wish she would just love me and stuff. I get that. I understand that standpoint of it.
Until that person says, ew, no.
Right. Until it jumps over until it becomes what it becomes in this
That
one.
was, you want to file a wish cancellation?
You want to file a cancel report?
Do that.
We don't really do that here.
That was the director, Curry Barker, on the other end of the phone.
That's
I
hilarious.
really
That was the
loved how
best.
he picked up.
Here's
Such
he
funny
picked
delivery.
Up the phone on this helpline 1-800 helpline,
he
and he
does-
just says, "What's up?"
He does that voice. He does that character in a lot of his YouTube comedy videos.
It's hilarious. That was
but
funny.
here's the one thing. Obviously the acting was fantastic. The storyline was good. The flow was good. The lighting was good. The color was good too.
the soundtrack.
The soundtrack was good, but the other thing that I appreciated is they didn't spend any fucking time explaining why the One Wish Willow worked.
No,
Yes,
that would have killed
just
the
that
magic.
it did.
A lot of horror movies go off the rails and they find a reason. They
or,
snake
or,
around.
or who that guy was on the phone.
Yeah.
Like
who
what that
cares?
was.
I don't
Like,
want that shit being explained
No,
to me.
I like that shit being left in the dark and you can think about it yourself.
just is. Yeah.
It's creepier. when
Movies
it's not
nowadays
explained.
wouldn't. There'd be a spinoff about that guy.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. They would do one about the guy that answers the phone.
Yeah, his origin story when he was a kid and like it. Yes.
How he wasn't hugged enough as a baby, and that's what
How
caused
the
it.
One Wish Willow
Yeah.
was created.
Yeah, I appreciate that she was. I mean, she was there with him, being obviously held captive while this demon person was filling her body.
It's another movie where there's a whole. If you go online and you read stuff, there are so many different theories about. Like people have dissected that movie frame by frame already.
The cat.
One of the
theory.
coolest.
The cat stuff, the Nikki, every time she looks at a
At a
reflection.
reflection, that's what I was going to
And
say.
if you think about that, like, holy shit, yeah, that has to be intentional.
I don't know the
because
reflection.
the first, okay, so it's basically every time that she goes crazy and like snaps out of it basically and starts screaming.
Like a mirror will bring the real Nikki out
Yes.
temporarily.
I
Because the
did
first
not
time it
notice that.
happens, she looks in the side view mirror of the car.
Oh.
Yep. And then at one point in the bathroom, it happens and she smashes the mirror.
Huh. I never thought about that. Well, that's interesting. I never put that.
That's
together.
a super
Isn't
cool
one
connection.
of the first times she flips out was when she was like looking into his eyes. On the
Either
bed.
I think
first-
so, but
when
there's
they're about
also a
to kiss.
mirror in
There's
that
a
room.
mirror in his bedroom that,
Yeah.
that shows like half the
What
room.
about
Yeah.
the restaurant?
And that's why I think she was holding that plant is to block the view of the mirror.
That's what people are saying. Yeah.
So the funny thing about the plant is, I can tell you this.
Yeah,
'cause
I know that.
I saw
Like-
an interview with Curry Barker. I understand they've made that connection, but he said during the filming of the movie there was not supposed to be a plant. He said they just filmed it, and all of a sudden the actress Indy Navarrete is standing there with a fucking plant in front of her face, and they're like, "What are you doing?" So they went ahead with the shot, and then when they rewatched it, he's like, "That's pretty fucking cool. I'm keeping it."
Well,
was-
it
that was
fits
funny.
with this narrative of reflections being
And
the thing
she
that-
ad-libbed that
Yeah.
part where he wakes up. He's like, "What?" And and she puts the plant down and says, "It's for what's the cat's name?"
Sandy.
It's for Sandy. It's so weird how she snaps in and out. That's pretty cool. How she goes from fucking crazy to just so sickly sweet. Anyway, if you haven't seen Obsession, we highly, highly recommend that. I haven't seen Backrooms, so I can't talk about it.
I want to see that too.
seen
It's-
the original Backrooms.
Backrooms is good. Not as good as Obsession, not nearly, but it's good.
I just hope this keeps. I hope this steam of
I
small, like
do
indie.
too. I hope
like,
so
People that
bad.
actually have ideas
Yes.
and like a
They're
vision.
not
and-
recycling shit.
This is like the year
over.
of YouTuber movies.
Well, anyway, they're making these $4 billion movies with $750,000.
Yeah.
And that actress actress Indy Navarrete couldn't even find work for a year and a half while that movie was in production.
She's going to get work now.
I don't know how.
I think she signed on with Marvel.
She did.
If I
She did.
recall.
So the next 15 years of her life is going to be nothing but one movie after another.
An Avenger, I'm sure.
Yeah, or an X-Men.
Yeah, something. Anyway, so we'll hopefully we'll get together and we will watch The Witch and come back with John's review here coming up soon. And if you want to get in touch with us, don't forget we have the new website, MissouriGhostHunters.com, and the new email is MissouriGhostHunters@gmail.com.
And we'll have more Dark Matter next week from Pythian Castle in Springfield, Missouri with Missouri Ghost Hunters.